Alright guys, yeah, that's right. Get hype, get hype. We're back with more Phoenix Wright. And man, it's looking real crazy. But before I say anything, your boy just made a motherfucking oopsie. And I ain't even gonna cap. You know what? Like looking back, I mean obviously we know, but despite that, look at her name, Adrian Andrews. I can't even cap. It kind of do sound like a boy name. And that's why I think he fucked up at. Like, it's pretty much the same thing with Maggie. The whole thing with Maggie, what happened with Maggie. And it's crazy because I had brought him up. I want to say, I think that was last episode, because they had showed the judge saying I'm not fit to have my title. That made me think about, Mr. Wellington. And how he fucked up with Maggie. Like, he knew how her name sounded. He didn't know how it was spelled. Whereas, it looks like he knew where her name was. He knew the name, it's just he didn't really meet her, you know what I'm saying? Because if he did, he wouldn't have said him. He just knows that Adrian Andrews sounds like a boy name. You know what I mean? So let's get it. You met Adrian Andrews at a bar and took the request at that time? Yes, that is correct. And that's when you thought he was trustworthy? How many times must I repeat myself? Yes, that is correct. Oh, I'm sorry. But that's an impossible tale. What? Shelly the Killer? Adrian Andrews? You never met the real Adrian Andrews. Oh. What? Why would you say that? Because you made one big fuck up. About her. So what is the issue? Oh! What? What did you just say? About her? If you had ever met Adrian Andrews in person, you would have known as a woman. Oh! Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? This witness testified to the following: that he always meets face to face with his clients when taking their request, but he has never met Miss Adrian Andrews in person. Yeah, Your Honor, that's exactly the point. That means Mr. D. Killer's client could not have been Miss Adrian Andrews. Uh-oh. What's going on? What's leaking? He leaking. Oh yeah, he leaking in there. Mr. Edgeworth, I understand your logic on this one. However, why would the assassin make such a basic mistake? I believe it has something to do with her name, Your Honor. Exactly, that's what I said. Her name? Yes. Adrian Andrews is without a doubt a very androgynous name. Yes, I see. Unluckily for Mr. D. Killer, the entire time he was on the stand, no one had stated Adrian Andrews' gender, and so he simply picked the wrong gender to go with. What? What is going on? Oh my God! Shelly D. Killer, this court demands a goddamn explanation. I don't give a fuck if you're an assassin. I think somehow I must have mixed up this client with another. So does that mean you remember something different now? Yes, of course. But please, if you would allow me to testify once more. I know he's just gonna spat out more lies. Very well, but this time, please give us the truth and nothing but the truth. Yes, now I remember, I took the request by mail. There had been times when I took a job without having met my client. He just lied. It was the murder of Wonk and 2 or 3 other small things. I saw the name of the end of the letter. I thought my client to be a man. Alright, hold up. What was that statement I just said? Oh. He said 2 or 3. What the fuck was that? So you took this job through a letter. He didn't mention anything about no motherfucking letter. Exactly. Which means he's definitely lying. Be careful, Phoenix. If you break the assassin's testimony completely, it's over for us. I know. I can't make him suspicious, but damn it. I think we're okay. Like, we can do this. As long as he's standing there across from me. No matter how strong of a punch I throw, he'll counter it. Now then, let's begin the cross-examination. I know exactly what the fuck I want to hit off the rip. I'm not playing games. Come on. Quit fucking around. Quit fucking around. Hit this. What the fuck you mean 2 or 3 things? Exactly. Yes. And what were those 2 or 3? A few other things that have nothing with this case. What should I do? Should I let him slide with that? It'd be really bad if I pushed his buttons the wrong way and got him mad. Fuck that. Whether or not they're related to this case is for the court to decide. Mr. Attorney? Yeah. Everything I have said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial to your client. Which is why I wonder what is pushing you to continue with this cross-examination. Could it be that you're planning to betray your own client? I smell the stench of a backstabber, and should you turn out to be one... Wait! Uh-oh. This is looking really bad. I shouldn't press my luck. Alright, I gotta think. Is this worth pursuing? Fuck it. Witness, this is a very important matter. Please cooperate and tell us what these other jobs your client requests were. If it's truly that important, I suppose I don't have much of a choice. The bear figurine. Okay, the bear figurine. After the assassination of the target, I was to find that figurine. I was told that his job was just as important as the actual killing. And where was that figurine? It was in Mr. Karita's suitcase. And then, what did you do next? I handed over to my client right away. You gave it to your client? Interesting. This information sounds important to me. Witness, please include what you just stated in your testimony. As you wish. One of these was to find the bear figurine and to give it to Adrian Andrews. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold up. One of these was to find the bear figurine and give it to Adrian Andrews. Okay, because I'm looking because it says one of these was to give the bear figurine to Andrews, right? And true enough, Andrews knew how to open it, but she didn't know that the note, she didn't know the note was there because she said something about she would have burnt it. So, that's cap, right? That's cap. Get the fuck out of here. Shelly the killer, if you really given the bear to Miss Andrews, she would have burnt the note. She would have been able to open it and burn the note. The nigga should not have been inside because she said she was gonna burn it. This item. I see where you're going. Yep, that's where I'm going. Where's everybody going? Do I need a suitcase? This nigga. Your Honor, please think back to what she said. And I was going to burn it. There it is, for her sake. There it is. And even for a single minute, this bear had actually been in Miss Andrews' hands, she would have solved the puzzle and burnt that shit. I'm sure she would have taken a suicide note out and burnt it. Yeah, buddy! So that's where you two were going. So by the very fact that this suicide note was still inside the bear, you couldn't have gave it to her. It tells us that your client didn't know how to disassemble the puzzle, aka not Miss Andrews. Which means, oh, you know what it means. that it's impossible for Adrian Andrews to have been the client. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Oh, don't be calling me my whole name like stupid ass Francisca. I'm sure I mentioned this before. How I hate traitors above all else. I think a cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to break your end of our agreement. No, that's not. That's enough. If that is your intention, then there's only one thing for me to do. Wait, please. Gentlemen, ladies, please, excuse me. I have a matter that I must attend to. No, please, not that. Please wait. Mr. Attorney, bring this trial to a speedy end, or I may stay my hand otherwise. Ah! What in the... Mr. Wright, are you... Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. I didn't understand this witness's outburst just now. Do you think there is a need to hear more testimony, or is this enough? Well, we should... Edgeworth, we can't do this. If we keep this up, Maya, she'll... prosecution, Let's come over, everyone. Even you are. The prosecution rests. What? What is going on around here? The prosecution has no further questions, Your Honor. What? What? Oh my fucking God. Well, I never thought I'd see the day. This is the most unusual situation. If the prosecution rests with no further questions, then the prosecution has failed to uphold its stance. If that is the case, though I'm reluctant, I must believe that Mr. D. Killer's testimony is accurate. That would mean that Shelley D. Killer's client is Adrian Andrews. It's best. Mr. Wright? Yeah, Your Honor. If I end the trial here, right now, then your client, not on guard, will be declared innocent. And in his place, Adrian Andrews will be charged with murder. Miss Andrews will be charged with murder. The prosecution has no further questions, so we will now hear for the defense's final remarks. Bailiff, please bring in the defendant, not on guard, to the stand. The items from D. Killer's hideout didn't make it in time. We tried to do it, but it looks like our time ran out. Believe it, the outcome now lies in your hands. Hold it. Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. To be honest, I couldn't think of you as a truly innocent and good person. You've done enough evil to drive a woman to suicide. Look how he looking, like he don't even give a fuck. So he gotta get up out of here. But, at least on the charge of murder, it would appear you are innocent. So, I guess even the old fudgy-dudgy Fuddy figured me out. Mr. On guard, what an atrocious lawyer I have, giving his own client up like this. That refreshing like a spring breeze crap is just as atrocious, don't you agree? Oh my goodness. Anyway, get on with it and pronounce me innocent already. Wow. Right, Mr. Lawyer? Should I side with justice, or should I save Marta's life? You better get on guard a guilty sentence, okay? But if I did that, Maya would die. But if I say he's innocent, then Miss Andrews will be charged as the murderer. Do I say he's guilty or not guilty? If the choice I make, someone's life is going to end. Damn. Oh my god. It all hinges on what I choose. Oh my goodness. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter. The person who hired the assassin was Adrian Andrews. Then your client, Mr. Man on Guard, is innocent. There's no need to ask, old man. After all, my lawyer is going to say what I want, aren't you? Right. I can't do this. But I have to decide something. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I gotta listen to my heart. My client, Mr. Man on Guard, is... Oh, man. Alright, so, I'm gonna be honest with you. What if there is a Danganronpa type of thing? So, off the rip, I'm gonna just do this. Oh god, I can't even save here. Oh my goodness, I was gonna... Okay, so I brought this up because I'm thinking... Because Danganronpa 1 has two endings. You know, it has a good ending where, like, you have... Like, if you ain't played Danganronpa at this point, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. But basically, at the end of the last trial, you could send... Well, it ain't the last trial, but it's the 5th trial. You could either let... You could overlook a lie. You can overlook the lie or call it out. And this is what is giving me these vibes. So I feel like they're basically telling me there are two endings. I'm gonna be completely honest, and let's be real. He's definitely guilty, but we're gonna say he's not guilty because this is clearly, wrong. Oh shit! Look. Oh my god. Oh, look at her. We're waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Lord, your client deserves an... Maya. Sorry. Whoa! 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 Franziska! I'm not gonna cap, she look cute fuck right here. That's a thumbnail. That's a thumbnail. What are you doing here? Oh! You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why you should never take your eye off of that scruffy fool. Did you bring them? The final pieces? Do you have them? You should know better than to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Oh my god, now she call him like his old man. Avant Karma is perfect in every way. The evidence is here in perfect condition. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine, and his injuries are minor. Oh wow, it looked like it's his jacket. What a filthy old coat this is. That's gumshoes. I can spot his tattered rags anywhere. I apologize for his ugliness, but there was nothing else to wrap the items in. I fought long and hard this whole trial, all for what is inside that raggedy coat. I'm sure that inside that coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Oh my god. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat are the defense's final pieces of evidence. Your final evidence? Oh my goodness. He at the damn at the stand. The trial is already over. All that remains is for me to hand down my verdict. I do not believe that any evidence presented now. Oh, what? Would change the outcome of this trial. What? That's what I just said. Huh? What you mean? Your Honor, it's duty to examine every piece of evidence down to the last. I request that Ms. Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence. I suppose you're right, Mr. Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. However, this one obvious rule applies here. If these items do not bring up any new points, then they will be not accepted by this court. Now then, Ms. Von Karma, if you please. The pieces of evidence are items left by the killer during his escape from the police. He must have been in quite a rush. Yes, Your Honor. The killer left 3 pieces of evidence. Somewhere among the evidence we're about to see, there will be something that'll turn this whole thing around like a miracle. I'm sure of it. That is all we can hope for. The first item is a pistol. Does the killer's pistol have anything to do with the case? Does the pistol have any relation to this case? We've yet to perform a ballistics test, so I can't say for certain. However, I believe it has something to do with this case, at least, with me. He shot her with that. That's the pistol he used to shoot you. You heard me say it. That's what I believe, yes. Oh. I kept the bullet they removed from my shoulder as a sort of memento, like her dad. I'm sure it'll be an excellent sample for the test. So that's the pistol that was used to shoot Franziska. It's probably not going to help us very much. The second piece of evidence is this videotape. I bet the killer took that from the Anglar mansion. We definitely need to have questioned this. Have you checked the contents of that tape? Unfortunately, there wasn't time to. Oh, yeah? But I would speculate that this tape is very important. Why would you say that? Because he came back to his hideout for it. The killer went back for it? That's right. It looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of the officers at the site. But somehow, it looks like they managed to protect it from him, from the killer. Surely the killer is no ordinary man. Oh man. The last piece of evidence is that bellboy's uniform, which he had the first time. Is that a uniform from the Gatewater Hotel? It is. Was that used during the crime? I'm almost certain it was. There's even a pair of leather gloves in one of the pockets. There's no doubt about it. The killer was wearing this on the night of the murder. There's one thing I found interesting about this uniform. And what's that? What is that? There is a button missing on the uniform. What? Huh? A button? It's a very unique button. I'm sure if we were to recover it, it would provide us with an interesting clue. Well, that's all I have to present, Your Honor. It's just as I thought. And what is that, Your Honor? I'm sure if we were under normal circumstances, these items from Shelley the Killer's hideout would be very important clues. However, our question is not who did the killing. It is who is the client. Yes, that is correct. And these 3 items do not tell us anything about that. Oh no. Thank you for your hard work, Miss Von Karma. You may step down. Oh no. Wait, Your Honor. Please allow me to examine this new evidence. Overrule. Oh my god. This court already has all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict. Wow, what the fuck is going on with the judge? The judge is on some dumb shit. Whoa. Phoenix. I knew it. There's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there? I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. But you have to make that miracle happen. You've come this far. You can't give up now. But no matter how you think about it, it's try for my sake. Ooh, just think about it for a second. There's two ways out of this situation for us. Two. The first, make Angar wish from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict. Huh? The killer always places his client's wishes. If Angar himself is to be convicted, then let his hostage go. Whoa, that may be true, but that's asking me to do the impossible. Second way, force the killer to contract with Angar. If the killer were to no longer think of Angar as his client, then he would let Maya go. Mia, that's even more impossible. He's a man who values his duty towards his clients above all else. I know both of these seem impossible feats at first, but if you could make either one happen, it would truly make for a miracle. The bigger problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't want any more evidence. The pieces he was just shown, he's not accepting them. Phoenix, think things through from the other side. Isn't that what always worked for us? Yeah. The other side. Wait, does she mean... You mean to turn things around? They got that box. The judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who is needed? The person who needs the evidence. The defense, prosecution, and the judge have seen all the pieces of evidence. And that is how we come to know the truth. But there's one person who has yet to see them all. And that person who does not know the truth. You know who it is. That truth, it may be what will bring about the miracle in the end. There are no objections this time, correct? Now then, I will pronounce my verdict. Why don't we all respectfully sit back and listen, kids? I've already told you, Mr. Wright. This court does not need any more evidence. I'm not saying it is us that needs the evidence, Your Honor. Then you want to show the evidence to that person? Yes, Your Honor. Please, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, for you to ask with such passion, I would grant you one chance. One chance? Please show your evidence to who you think the right person. Uh-oh. It's impossible to turn the situation around in one try? Damn. One try. That's all I will allow. I have to try to remember everything that has happened up to this point. Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way to save Maya and guard down at the same time. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's not waste any more time. Who would you like to show the evidence to? Alright, so I honestly think the right answer would be either him or him. But to be honest, I think it's him. But like I said earlier, I think I think there are two different endings. I'm actually gonna do something stupid. I see. And now, tell this court what one piece of evidence you would like to show this person. do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? I don't have anything to say to this. How about you, Ms. Von Karma? Well, I was just shot, so... I'm afraid I cannot allow the defense to continue. What? No one understands what you're talking about anymore. Wait, please, one more chance. That is enough, Mr. Wright. I will now state my verdict. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Matt Algard. They let that go! They let that go! That is all. This court is adjourned. Are you for real? And just like the case came to an end, I ran away from the courtroom and wandered the streets alone. I never saw Maya again. The killer is a man of his word. I'm pretty sure he released her. I heard the verdict of Miss Andrews' trial a few days later. She was found guilty, of course. Oh. Damn. The miracle never happened. Oh my gosh. Maybe it was never meant to. Wow, because a miracle is something that doesn't exist. Oh my gosh. Justice. What? They let that rock? Okay. So my Danganronpa senses were tingling, bro. I knew it. And it's crazy because I said it a whole lot earlier when they were asking me was he guilty or not. Oh, it's crazy. That's crazy. It literally just happened like Danganronpa just did. Who would you like to show the evidence to? So instead of who I just picked, let's pick the real motherfucker. I see. And now, tell us the court what one piece of evidence you would like to show this person. The same shit I picked. Is he gonna say the same thing? Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? I think there's some merit, in showing this evidence to that witness. He said something different. Bailiff, bring that motherfucker from early. Oh shit, nigga. Look like I managed to get him. Oh yeah.
Get that motherfucker.
Get that motherfucker. Maya, shit, right? Didn't I concern yourself with bringing about a speedy end to this trial? Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence. Oh yeah. Yes, one is all I need. I have here a videotape when it was found at your hideout. I heard you injured 3 officers in your attempt to get it back. That was most regrettable. However, it was an order from my client. I was told to protect that videotape. Oh yeah, I thought so. I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard. Do you know the contents of this tape? I was sternly told by my client to not watch it. So I have absolutely no idea. Actually, you're on this videotape. Me. There was a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Look at that, Jim. The only thing that's in color. Your actions were being recorded. What? That true, Mr. Wright? Who was it that planted the camera? Well, the only person who could have placed a camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally. Oh, he ain't gonna like that. That was Adrian Andrews. Be quiet and listen, Your Honor. Yes, sir. Your client specified a place and time for you. Isn't that right? Yes. That was so they could film you. I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing? would like to know why. I think this is it. Why did he film him in the crime scene? He wanted insurance. That reason why he did it, that might be my total ticket out of this. There's only one reason your client would secretly film the crime scene. They wanted blackmail on you. Your client once told me something very interesting. We were talking about you, and this is what they had to say. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins. Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want. Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. What do you gotta say to that, Shelly the Killer? Oh! It looks like I was being deceived from the very beginning. Yeah, by an actual. That is the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots of how to use people around them to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client. I got one question for the witness. Yes. You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said that you detest traitors most of all. Yes, that's right. But what if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then? Oh, that's obvious. I would break our contract in that case. That's what Mia said. And then probably kill him. That client would become my next target. Ooh, kill him. For the honor of the killer name, even if it takes an eternity. I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment. Uh-oh! They showing that red like Danganronpa. I see. That's all I wanted to know. So the traitor becomes D Killer's next target, huh? Oh yeah. I get it. This is how we'll turn the case around. Mr. Wright. Yeah. My contract with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I will now return to you your precious item. What the? I'm not an item. Beep. Maya, I thought I'd never see you again. Oh, thank God. This trial appears to have come to its conclusion. However, I don't quite know what to say. What just happened here? Miss Fuck Karma, where did that... She always has you in her sights. Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict. This is gonna be weird. Oh, look at him, yeah! Mr. Ungar, it looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You finally received the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy. But before that, I would like to make one final sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. He did. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. And I'm sure you would understand what I mean if you watch this video. Help me! Oh no, motherfucker. Now then, the verdict, if you please. Is this alright with you, Mr. Wright? We finally reached the end of the very long battle. Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there's no escape for him now. Oh, right. Because if he's convicted, he's in jail. But if he goes free, he's gonna kill him. Ooh, there's no way out of this. Go on, Phoenix. Plead whichever way your heart tells you. Right, Chief. I fuck with her. I fuck with her. Get his ass. Mad on guard. Even though I am a lawyer, I can't make your crime disappear. I think a guilty verdict is appropriate here. Me? My wonderful self? Guilty? Even if you got an acquittal, the instant you set foot outside the detention center, your life will be forfeit. You look at it, your life is over. Your life is over. No! Oh! As always, it looks like we have uncovered the real truth. I don't remember you helping out at all. You really didn't even try to let us do what we had to do, you motherfucker. Mr. Edgeworth, how is Matt on guard? I left Miss Von Karma in charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting a full course meal of whipped leather right now. Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it, witness? Yes. I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, you know. The first time I was called to the witness stand during this trial, all I felt was despair. She must be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did. This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. If you're gonna say you would choose death, it's got nothing to do with me. But after that, when I was alone in the detention center, that's the first time I really saw myself for who I am. And today, when the two of you used your combined strength to convict Matt, I felt like I had finally been saved. Aw, look at her. Time I've ever seen her smile. She's pretty too. Aw, I'm really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Take them glasses off. Thank you so much, everyone. Aww. Beep, 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 beep. Looks like we've resolved everything in life. Just for myself, there are still a few things I'm confused about, but everyone seems to be in good spirits, and that's good enough for me. That is all. I get to say my favorite line. Court is adjourned. You were great out there, Phoenix. You were too, baby. What I did out there was right, wasn't it? This is the first time you've not gotten your client off. You got them a guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all that to what's really important. You now realize that there is something more than just getting a not guilty, right? You understand now. Fine, motherfucker. Phoenix, think back for a second. Think to the moments before Ms. Von Karma arrived with the final pieces of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make. Now then, Mr. Wright, hear the defense's final statements on this matter. That was it right there. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. Should I side with justice, or should I save Maya's life? My client, not on guard, is. Is he guilty, or is he not guilty? Those were your choices then, and your answer. Your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you. Right! Edgeworth, I got good news! Maya is now safe in police custody. Really? Dang, bro, she reverted immediately. You telling us the truth, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, yes, she's quite safe. She's on her way here as we speak in a patrol car. Yay, Mr. Maya! You did it. You really did it, Mr. Nick. Oh, she punches deceptively hard for a kid. I believed in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her. Well, oh, thanks. Oh, what's wrong? Miss Malcolm? Oh, no. Um, about earlier, thanks. Ow! Why are you still smiling, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You lost. Your perfect win record has now been crushed. And yet, you're still happy? I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma. How dare you? Don't worry. She may in time. After all, I was like that myself until a year ago. Edgeworth. For my own personal victories and for guilty verdicts, I used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remained spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I fought him in my usual manner and tasted my first defeat. I felt like I had lost everything because of that. And then, there it is. There it is, the Gore Lake case. And then it was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. Oh, they showed it. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened. So I left the prosecutor's office. And I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. As well you should have. A prosecutor who ashamed himself with defeat should crawl into a hole and die. That was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize something. And it was in that moment of clarity that everything began to change. What foolish nonsense. We prosecutors use anything we can to attack the defendant. But every time we did so, my dog. No matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his undying faith. And then, before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well. What? You trusted your enemy? It doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses. The truth will always find a way to make itself known. One truth prevails. Look at this shit. The only thing we can do is fight with the knowledge everything we have with a keen eye for details. Erasing the paradoxes one by one. It's never easy. We claw and scratch for every inch. But we will always eventually reach that one truth prevails. I love it. They basically said one truth prevails, goddammit. But I'm sure you knew that already, right? That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding, isn't that right? This man who only had his sights set on victory, who ran away into the night. Oh, is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick? You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because of him. Because I believed in the things you said to me. Bro, there it is, all those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. That's why 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided that the Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least, that's what I told myself. You pathetic fool. Miss Von Karma, I don't want to hear that wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. A Von Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy. You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma. And neither am I. What? Huh? It's over. What? Huh? Francisco threw some on the ground just now. This is another electric... wow. Is this what she was using? Yep. You heard me say it. I couldn't say it fast enough. I'll return this to the precinct later. There's something else. She left her whip? I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this action. You should keep this, right? Wow. Okay. Nick! Oh, we gotta get her some burgers. Maya! It's Maya! Aww. Look at that. Look at that. I knew you would come through. You got convicted like I knew you would. And on top of that, you even rescued me. Well, of course I did. You know I would never desert you. But we sure press our luck this show, huh? You're really lucky to be standing here. Whatever. Look, it's okay. Besides, if I did, I love the spark. Besides, if I did croak, I would just come back and hunt you like a bad ghost through Pearly. Is it really that easy to do something like that? Thanks a lot, Nick. Don't mention. Maya? Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm relieved to see you okay. Hey, looks like you made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago. Oh yeah, she hungry. Alright, I think it's time we get out of this depressing place. Huh? Where are we going? To get some burgers? Food, Nick, food, grub, chow, I'm starved. I'm so hungry, even you look like a nice juicy burger on a bun to me. Bruh, you think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib at least, bruh. Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please. Okay, if you insist. Alright, so how about we hit up our usual burger joint? Don't be silly, Nick. Huh? This case messed up that awesome evening and got in the way of my gourmet food. So I decided that we need to make it up by having another feast. Wow. Come on, let's go to that hotel. Come on, Nick, food! The hotel, exactly. Oh, wow, bro, look at Gumshoe without his little jacket, bro. Hey, pal, sorry to keep you guys waiting. Gumshoe, are you okay? Yeah, I'm good, man, I'm cool. I'm just a little embarrassed. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole of all things. Yo, they said something about him walking into a pole. They said, remember Gant said something about, you know, a dog walking right into a pole and they reminded him of him. Wasn't it a red light that got him? You did it again, city boy. Bruh, I felt like my dear old heart was gonna give out on me, and I ain't joking. Yeah, it was more exciting than the very last episode of Steel Samurai. Thanks. Now looky here, Mr. Snooty Prosecutor. Don't you reckon you bullied Mr. Wright too hard? If you don't start being a lot nicer to him, he might just kick you, tonight even. I'll keep that in mind. Well, come on now, everyone gather around. She gonna take another picture. Is Mia gonna be behind us? Looks like Ryder brought herself a new camera. Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us now. Come on, tonight's all about eating, so let's go chow down, pal. Amen to that, pal. Amen. You know, when you think about it, you were the one who saved the day, detective. Huh? Me? Yeah, my motherfucking dog. You really think so? He's right. If it wasn't for the 3 items you took, I think this trial would have been over. Give my motherfucking dog his roses. I mean, hey, well, you know, it's huh? Wait. That's odd. When I ran off with the things from D Killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. What? 4? Yeah, I'm sure I put one of the items in my coat. Francisca took it. There was a 4th item? Oh, come on, y'all, it's over. But oh boy, I tell you, you really are something else. Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped, never a dull moment with you, huh? You think? Why does she look so happy about that? But being shut away for 2 whole days? Weren't you scared? Yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless. So to keep my mind off of things, I drew a picture. Sounds like you had it rough, gal. So, where's this picture of yours? Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Mystic Maya's picture. You know, I don't know where it went. Aw, that's too bad. Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyway. Ah, it sure is nice to see them both smiling again. Wow. Huh? Wait, Edgeworth is not Edgeworth. Gumshoe is beside us, so who is it tracking? What is it, Edgeworth? This thing is picking something up. Ah, that's Miss Von Karma's receiver. Oh, thanks to her, I had the most awful experience of my life, sir. I can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me. That's odd, even though you're standing right here, which is what I just said. The tracking device seems to be in a different location. Oh, it's probably busted or something, sir. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. I still got some work to do. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't eaten anything yet. You've eaten way too much, you glutton. I had fun tonight. Now, if you excuse me. Damn. Wait. What? I just want to say thanks, man. You really saved me out there. If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, right? I feel like words alone aren't enough here, bro. I wonder if there's anything I can give him to express how I feel. You damn right. What's this? Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. You and her. You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job. It looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick. Hey, Mystic Maya. Yes, Pearly? I guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey, right? You and Mr. Nick, I mean... Pearly, would you cut it out already? You're embarrassing me. Anyway. So, who's paying for this lovely dinner party? As if you need to ask, she gonna say Nick, and I'm gonna hit that objection. Everyone say thank you to Nick. And this is why I hate Mario. Come on, Phoenix, hit that objection! Oh yeah, I'm kinda at the point where I can't even buy instant noodles, so you know he about to turn the fuck up. He gonna take some shit home and everything. So I kinda already put your name on the bill. Huh? Yeah, I got me a situation just like that myself. There's this camera shop in the hotel, see? And I just bought myself, oh my god. I just bought myself this good old beauty. It better be an anyhow for 3,000. It'd be better. 3,000? Huh? Actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your tab and all. Oh hell no. Bruh. Isn't this great, Mr. Nick? Hell no. Objection. Where's it? Where it at? Objection! Oh, here it come. Oh, you don't need to hold back now, you hear? Yeah, pal. Time to let it all out. Objection! This is gonna be the first time I hear the real you. Come on, it's been a while since I heard you say it. I've been busy being a hostage and all. Alright, then. Yo, that was fire. You really came through for me, Nick. I had to hide that letter, but I knew you'd find it. I really feel like I've been living on the edge lately. I mean, I've escaped death 3 times now. Pretty cool, huh? I feel like a pro. Damn. It's like Persona 2. Hold the fuck on. I'm so happy that you could save Mystic Maya, Mr. Nick. I'm so happy for the two of you. Speaking of which, I think the hotel is a popular place for homeowners. So I sort of made reservations for the two of you, just in case. Where? Well, pal, looks like I'm back on the force again. Mr. Edgeworth had a long time with the chief, and he got me reinstated. I heard he says things like letting that one go is bad for all society. I knew it. Crashing headlong into everything is the only way to live, pal. Bruh. Crazy. Hey, did she get hired? Oh yeah, she was. I'm retiring this uniform as of today. I'm gonna be a waitress from now on. Oh my god. And bring smiles and joys to people who... Boy, she gonna be wasting drinks and everything. Oh my god. Wow. And I had brought her up too. That's crazy. I sure brought her up. I brought her up. Yes. Are you here to visit a patient? I'm Director Howdy. Recently, yes. That girl, you know, I haven't seen her around. Yes. But I remember, if I even laid so much as an eye on her, it would go crack. It didn't matter if it whipped, though. Yes. Oh, yeah, it's this song is fire, actually. Damn, this song is fire. Look at Max. It's time to be a quest of world circus domination, and to let the world know we're serious. I plan to make a fabulous flight to Zimbabwe. What? What do you think Zimbabwe is like? Do you think there are castles made of cake and bunnies who can talk? Bruh. I think if there are talking bunnies, even they won't laugh at Mo's jokes. Damn. Or he ain't lying. I'm ready. There's no way these jokes are gonna fall on deaf ears. I'm gonna be more contemporary with my humor. Mo Curls will represent. We got our new act all worked out. Prepare for the... I couldn't read that. Say something, will you? You're supposed to start this off. Get on with it. Bruh. What's this? Strat is just an ordinary electric razor. I can't believe this, really. How long do they plan on making me do this? But it's A.G. Pooh's idea, so that must mean that it must have a deep hidden meaning. Or I get the feeling they wouldn't forget about me, would they? I remember like this in the old days. Everyone thought the world of me. They used to call me Queen Wendy and treat me like royalty. Oh my god. I'm not reading any of this. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat. Yukari. I appreciate everything you and Mr. Edgeworth did for me from the bottom of my heart. Oh, that's right. I received a letter from Miss Von Karma. She said that after I get out, I should feel free to consult her about anything at all. I'm really thankful to have met everyone. So cute. Atsushi Inaba. It's become difficult for me in this country as of late. As such, I will take a short leave of absence. If you would like to request my services, please be sure to visit my home page. May we both be blessed with loyalty. Oh! Shinji Mikami. Still? International Departures Gate. Whoa. Where are you going, Francisca? How did you know I was here? With this. Oh, he put the tracking on her. Oh, that's lit. That's... I heard you were planning things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices in his code, for example. That's just like you. He only planted it there because he was always wearing it. This filthy, drab coat of his. I don't know how it ended up in my luggage, but it's going in the trash, I promise you that. Oh, that's right. Speaking of that, man, he told me something very interesting. When I ran off with the things from D Killer's hideout, he said 4 things. Mm-hmm. 4 things? Seems he put the last one in his coat pocket. He put it in here. It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over. What are you gonna... Oh, that music is fire. What are you gonna do now? It's none of your business. Are you running away? Shut up! You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be Manfred von Karma's daughter. Franziska, so many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. I'm expected to win no matter what, and failure, such a thing, is not an option for me. My father was a genius, there's no doubt about that. But me, I'm no genius. I've always known that. But I had to be one. I had to. You may not be a genius like your father, but you are a prosecutor. You've always been. You always will be. No, I'm not. Not anymore. I've even thrown my whip away. Speaking of that, Wright gave me this to hold on to. Right? You knew something like this was not gonna happen, didn't you? I'm gonna say this again. We prosecutors don't fight personal honor or pride. I hope you'll think deep about what you should be striking down with that whip. You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked on ahead without me. Miles Edgeworth, I've always hated you. And then, finally, my chance to take revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, if I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat, then this girl you left behind would have risen higher than you. That was supposed to be my revenge. I see. You know, I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been until today. I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did. Adrian Andrews? You were going to use her during the trial, right? But you were dependent on her father. Dependent on your father by using his tactics. Isn't that right? Today, you chased after me. After I had left you behind all these years. And that's why we're standing here now, side by side. But I got no intention of stopping. If you say you're going to quit your walk down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways, Franziska. Whoa! I'm Franziska von Karma. I don't think I'm gonna walk in your shadow forever. Our battle begins now. You had better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth. It's a picture with them too? Oh, so he left with her. Phoenix Wright. One day, someday, I'm sure we'll meet again in battle. Till then, this last piece of evidence that never made it to you, I'll take good care of this fork piece so I can give it to you when at last we meet again. Oh, that's fire! What was it? Are they gonna show it? Oh, say Nick. Fire. Well, ahead and end the episode out here. This was definitely fire. I ain't gonna lie to you. And it's gonna be quite a minute before we play Trials and Tribulations, but we are done with the first two games, as you can see. And I'm actually going to make my way back to Trails of Cold, which I've been dying to do for a very long time. I enjoyed this playthrough just like the other one, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy the next game too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Until then, I will catch you guys later for Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I am, but until then, I'll catch you guys later.